And today we are focusing on the Durumi axis, where concerns about security have been on the rise, from cultism to theft, gang violence, and other security concerns. Well, we will explore the issues affecting residents and businesses in Durumi. We will also examine the strategies being implemented by police to prevent and respond to crimes in that area. Welcome to Call the Police, our weekly show on NT Channel 5, where we will engage with the law enforcement expert to discuss pressing security issues and share success stories in policing. My name is Aisha Ubali. Please stay. The program will continue shortly. Well, if you're concerned about security in Durham or you want to know and learn more about policing efforts, this program is for you. Let's call the police and get the conversation started. But first, let's watch this background report put together by security correspondent Asabi Tenimo Williams.
Durumi is a residential area located in the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. It is situated in the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC, and is also known for its high population density and mixed development. The area is home to a diverse community, including low-income earners, civil servants, and businessmen. But with all its qualities, it's home to unscrupulous elements, as members of the community say they only sleep with one eye closed.
Some major challenges we are facing in security aspect in Durumi. One is IDP camp. Two is Okada riders. IDP camp, in that place, many atrocities are happening there, which words cannot describe it enough, except you enter there and see what is happening. The phone snatchers, the car snatchers, the cocaine dealers are there. All sorts of atrocities are happening there. In Durumi 1, we have where they call mini abattoir. They have second tower there. Killing person in Durumi in that axis is a small thing. Okada riders using Okada snatching people's phone on the streets. Please, our DPOs are working tirelessly. We need an assistance from FCT Command, that is Police Commissioner's Office, to see how to help our division.
Some residents say drug abuse is another problem facing the youths in Durumi area, as some youths have become addicted to various substances, including marijuana, codeine, and tramadol. This has led to a range of problems, including health issues and crime.
I want federal government to rehabilitate completely the people in the IDP camp, because the activities that are going on there is very terrible. People there are there in disguise as IDP people, while many people there are criminals. The activity that is going on there is very terrible. Imagine you cannot cross from Durumi to Dagba axis when it is dark without you being attacked by hoodlums from that IDP camp. And all these people, these Okada people, they are not Okada people. Some of them are not Okada people. They just disguise themselves as Okada people. They are very terrible. They are criminal. They can snatch your phone. They can stab you to death. Many people have been stabbed in that axis. So I need federal government, and I'm pleading with federal government to help us to rehabilitate these people.
They say there is the need for stakeholders, including parents, community leaders, and government agencies, to work together to address these challenges and provide opportunities for the youths to develop their skills. In Abuja, Asabe Williams, NTA News.
Serious security issues there coming out from Durumi axis. And now joining me in the studio to shed more light and give us insight into the security challenges of the area and also the efforts of the police in addressing those challenges is the Divisional Police Officer of Durumi, CSP Olarotimi Ebideru. You're welcome, sir, to the studio.
Good morning. My pleasure being with you.
I'm very sure you listened very well to that background we were put together by Asavi. Now, let's start. Can you just give us highlight of the security challenges of Durumi and what the police, maybe the division, is doing to address these challenges?
Yes, of course, you will agree with me that there is no community without crime, you know, and we've been putting in all our efforts, arresting some of these miscreants. And of course, having arrested them, prosecution. We have consistently raided their hideouts. Not even only raiding them, we set ablaze the illegal structures by these miscreants. Of course, we have been on our toes to ensure that crime is brought to the barest minimum within the Durumi axis.
Okay, then. Now, there's a very serious concern raised by the resident there, and this concern is the issue of the IDPs and Okada riders the bike guys who are popularly known as Okada riders. So I don't know, they just come in disguise. So what do you do concerning this particular group of? How do you intend to tackle some of this situation, looking at this group of people that they just mentioned?
Yes. Uh, yes, we have a IDP camp, which is located within Durumi community. And this has been there right from inception, even before my assumption in office. Of course, we've been managing the situation there. It is true, the rate of crime there is agnamitous, but we are putting in all our efforts to ensure that those that were arrested were actually charged to court for prosecution. IBP camp, they are the internally displaced persons.
Yes.
And you see, I want to believe the government has a reason for citing or putting them there. Our own is to ensure that the vicinity is crime-free, and which we are doing all the best we could to ensure that it is nipped on the bud.
And there's very important issue that we shouldn't shy away from, and that is the issue of cultism and gang violence, which was mentioned in the background reports you just listened to. So how are you able to tackle that problem?
Yes, gangsterism is a phenomenon that is ravaging the area. In fact, before my arrival to the studio this morning, I received a distress call in this same tout at Gwagwalada Park, which our surveillance team responded immediately. Some of the suspects were writing at the station even before I left. So these are issues we've been battling with, and we are on top of the situation.
Yeah, that's very good to hear. But looking at community engagement, how are you able to engage with the community and the leaders, there's the traditional leaders there, to be able to do your work effectively and even get intelligence reports? So how you be able to engage with the community people?
Yes, I normally have a periodic meeting with the stakeholders, like the community heads, my PCRC, even the vigilante group. I will work in synergy. And I've also taken a step ahead to sensitize them Like when you see something, you say something. These criminals, they are within. So I have been sensitizing them. Most of them will actually say they don't want to divulge information to the police for this fear of attack.
Yes.
But I will always let them know when you have any information, take it straight to the DPO. Let it be between you and the DPO, and action will definitely be taken on it.
Thank you very much. But most times, okay, before we continue this conversation, I must say that we're now going to leave our telephone lines open for our viewers to call, maybe ask you questions, make comments, and even give us suggestions if the need be. But the issue I want to ask here is most times when we have this program, they will say the confidentiality of whoever is reporting crime or intelligence to giving police and intelligence information will be hidden. And we also have times that callers have said they reported an issue and people came back to attack them. So now I just want you to use this platform to assure FCT residents that please their confidentiality of the confidentiality of anybody reporting situations or events or crime to the police will be protected. Their identity will be protected.
And yes, that was why I repeated earlier that when you have such information, you don't divulge it to
Anyone else.
anyone. You go straight to the DPO, confide in him, let him know it's a top secret, it's a top information you are giving him, and he's going to take it as such. But when you divulge it, definitely,
The third party has heard it. And so, how did they get? Do you have this your official numbers? How do you give? How do your resident? How do you give them your official numbers? Because I know we have the emergency, which I think is the police command, FCT police command, but at the divisional level, how do the resident get your official numbers to call maybe the DPO? Because I know when the CP even resumed the FCT, he gave out his number.
Yes.
The number was made public.
Yes.
So I don't know if you're also doing that, taking a cue and also doing that at the divisional level.
In fact, my number is placed right on the counter.
Okay.
For everybody to see.
Good.
I operate an open door policy.
Yes.
My door is open 24 hours. And I've always been repeating it that when you want to see me at any time, you are free to come.
That's good. So you've invited us officially now. So I'm also free to come.
You are most welcome, yes.
Okay, now before we continue, our telephone lines are open. You can call in and ask the CPS questions if you have any. We are looking at the issue of crime at Durumi axis of the FCT under the Abuja Municipal Area Council. Now, before we continue, let's see, I think we have a caller. Okay, we missed that call. Let's look at the issue of this allegation that at times the police officers brutalize the resident there, harass them in some part of your Durimi. Now, how do you ensure that officers conduct themselves professionally? How are you doing that? But before you answer that question, let's pick this call. Okay? We've also lost that one. Okay, so you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. You see, before the men are posted in their beats, normally we lecture them, we parade them and lecture them. And under the present CP, he has created a zero tolerance for police brutality. That is the able CP, CP Olatunji Disu. He has emphatically made emphasis on police brutalizing citizens will not be controlled under his regime. And of course, we are public servants. And you should be seen as such, as a public servant. You are not a public master. And you must be courteous to the member of the public if you really want to get information from them.
So let's pick this call before we continue. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The name of the caller and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Elisha Yakubu.
Yeah.
I'm calling calling from Dorumiwan community. I'm watching your program live, though it's on television. I think I'm watching at the right time because it's written live.
Yes, it's live.
First of all, I want to first of all appreciate the DPO of Dorome Division. It's a wonderful man. I have to recommend that. By the way, I'm the youth leader of Dorome community.
Okay. So, Mr.
And I have asked him, though I met the discussion on halfway, but I have asked what he says.
Okay.
Really, he has been doing a tremendous good job. He has been raising this terrible side.
Mr. Yakubu, can I just cut you? Can you just tell us what you observe or your suggestion or any question? Because you're like reiterating what the CPS has already said. So just tell us what you want the CP to know to act on if there's any issue.
Yeah, okay, good. What my tip now to the FCCA authority is for them to come and demolish all these batches that are harboring all these criminals, because that is where the problem lies.
Okay.
And at any given time, when the police do their own, then we regroup again. But I think with FCCA development control, this thing will put to an end.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Yakubu. That is a very good one. Thank you for calling. Yes, thank you. So, I believe you heard him clearly. So, and you said people have gone to raid the place before.
Yes,
so, after raiding, it seems they go back to occupy.
Yes. You know, initially when I assumed office, what we do is after raiding them, we charge them to court. But after a while, we discover they are back to the slum, to the same their camp. So what we resolve in doing now is to, having arrested them, we set the place ablaze, and that is what I've been doing.
Okay.
When I get into their criminal hideout, arrest the arrestable, I will set the place on fire.
Well, okay, I need to ask you another important question, but we have a call. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Good morning. This is Call the Police on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name, I'm calling you from Duru.
Okay.
My name is Moses Suleiman.
Okay.
Thanks for the wonderful video. My suggestion, this Duru back market, that upper brother is saying, a lot of things is happening every day by day and night. But if I do, can never keep the play like that and come back to work and look. If they take time, they can start to. We lost one police officer last week, just coming out from his house, the next thing is people are attacking. We did take time. And it happened. If you are the video there is aware. Last thing, the woman is going to work in the morning. That's how they start it. From Katu, we want to start them.
Okay.
We are taking a lot of things. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for calling, Mr. Suleiman. You heard what he said. I think there's need to do more around the abattoir axis of Durumi, because even the report we listened to, they talked about the abattoir. Then this other caller is also saying the same thing. So I don't know. Maybe you have a word for Mr. Suleiman, because I believe he's watching us live.
Yes. The truth of the matter is that I have my plain clothes, the surveillance team around the place. It's true, we lost somebody there last year. And of course, a number of them were arrested and were transferred to state CID for further investigation. So we are not resting on our oars. We are putting in our best to ensure that the rate of crime is brought to the barest minimum.
Okay. We have another call. Hello. Okay, we lost our call. When we're talking about crime, it's a collective I think it's a collective responsibility. Like your slogan says, when you see something, say something. I like that slogan very much. But the issue is, what synergy? How are you collaborating with other security agencies to see how you can combat crime around the Durham axis? Is there any synergy like that, or is just maybe not in Durham per se, but maybe in the FCT, other areas in the FCT? Do you have anything like that? Is there any collaboration with other civil defense, the tax? I think it's something like tax, joint tax force.
Yes.
So are you doing that?
Yes, we do. We have synergy with other sister agencies.
Yeah.
You know, just like I rightly said, security is for everybody. So yes, so and the vigilante, being the locals, we've inculcated them into our operation. Civil defense, even VIO, we go out
Together. That's good. Okay, we have another call. Hello. Hello. Please, can you turn down the volume of your TV set so that we can hear you? Okay.
Okay, we have done that.
Okay. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, this is simply we are calling from Durumi.
You still need to reduce the volume of your TV set so that we can hear you. Okay.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, we are calling from Durumi too. And please, a lot of things have been happening in Durumi. Still going on. People are being harassed at their homes. Sometimes they'll come in and they rob people, stab people just like that in Durumi. That are not the terrible thing. Durumi too, to be precise. You understand? So these things have been happening in fact. People are even tired of the whole situation. So there is a fear into the too right now because of what's going on. Even some persons are going to die just like that. So a lot of things going on. I want you people to come our rescue and our page. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Though you didn't tell us your name, but thanks for calling. You heard what he said. The same issue. All the callers talking about stealing and all that. Okay, we have another call. Hello.
Hello.
Please,
Good morning.
can you lower the volume of your TV set? Can you just turn it down?
Okay, I don't need the television.
Okay.
Hello.
We are hearing you. Your name and where you're calling from.
I don't want to call my name because of security purpose.
Okay, thank you, sir. But where are you calling from precisely?
Abuja here.
Okay, so go ahead. The CPS is here.
This area one problem, and give me 2-1.
Okay.
FDG camp. All the security of Abuja they know about these people. I really understand. So the DPO is supposed to monitor his voice.
Okay.
Because most of them will see them, then they come and collect return from these people. You understand? So the police is a friend to everybody. But if you civilian, you see something wrong, you go and report to police, it's not a problem for you. Why? Now I want to ask the view. Why do you think that happened like that?
Sir,
Some of the boys, they come and collect return from this water boys ready for FDC camp, area one, this park, area one park. Some of the forest when they return drop. Their boys, they won't collect return.
Thank you very much.
That's the contribution they want to give.
Thank you very much for calling. Even though you said you're going to conceal your name for security reasons. You heard what he said. He's talking about returns. That's a serious allegation, though. So I don't know. I'm very sure you have what to say concerning this. He's talking about even drugs and some officers, because we can't see all going to collect returns from these boys. So I think you need to say something.
Yes, actually, the truth of the matter is that there is possibility of having the bad eggs.
Absolutely.
I'm not disputing that, but I will have urged him to confide in me, at least come and let's have one-on-one discussion, so that we can know which of these boys that is doing this, and of course he will not be spared. Yes.
If you listen, he made mention you need to monitor your voice.
Yes.
And I
yes.
believe it, what you just said, I think he will come to you.
Mm.
Hello? Hello? Okay. Now, we want to talk about security tips. Anytime on this show, we like to always reiterate, re-emphasize the security tips for FCT residents and even Durham people, to be precise. So I don't know, what are some of those security measures the residents should take? Because somebody said when you leave your things outside and you come back, you don't see them. Because I know that kind of a place, the poverty rate, the unemployment rate could have been some of the factors that are also attributed to that have been attributed to some of this crime, high rate of crime in that area. So now, what are some of the security measures and tips you should give to people, FCT residents, even Durham people, because I believe they're listening. Most of the callers are from Durham.
Yes,
They are listening to us.
yes.
Yes.
The truth of the matter is that we need to be security conscious as a person. At times, there are some roles you play to be a victim, you know. So we must be cautious of our activities, especially when you are mingling with a stranger. You must be security conscious. And of course, there was an issue. A lady said she was, this early morning road jog, and all of a sudden, three men on a motorcycle just parked beside her and robbed her of her phone. You know, so like if you are going for such road walks, you can be two or three, not only you at that early hour of the day. I encourage her and advise her, though we are on the trail of those suspects and criminals.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think this is where we have to draw the curtain and conclude today's episode of Call the Police. We want to thank you much sincerely for coming to our program. And we believe next time you will want to come and give us updates or success stories of what has happened, the transformation of what has happened, of Durami 1, Durami 2. Thank you so much. And we've been speaking to CPS, Olarotimi, TSP, I beg your pardon, Olarotimi Ede Bureau, yes, Ede Bureau. So he's been the divisional police officer for Durham for almost a year, like we said, for almost a year. So he came there last year. We thank you so much for coming. And it's on that note we conclude Call the Police this week. Do join us again next week for another interesting episode. And I remain Aisha Fai.